Hey everybody, welcome to Straight Up Talk Boston. It's Monday night, 7 o'clock, and we got a great show for you. With no one else but the great care comedy actor extraordinaire, Mr. Steve SWEENEY. Come on, everybody, give us one of those hand claps on here.
Yay, we got Steve.
Let's do that. All right.
Tremendous.
So here we are. We're going to be here all night till 3 in the morning. No, I'm only that's Joey's famous line. But yeah, we got a great show for you tonight. We got Joey Canzano, Johnny Peasy, and the great Steve SWEENEY, and me, Billy Pizzullo. A nice Irish. Everybody's Irish except for
Steve. You know what this reminds me of already? What is it? Sammy the Bull's podcast. You remember in... did you see the movie The Irishman?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's talking, which one of them was talking? Oh, yeah, De Niro was talking to someone. He says, Whispers, not that Whispers, the other Whispers, you know. You guys, anyway, this is I did Rogan's podcast.
Yep,
and
I saw that. That was great.
Thank you. And I did Bill Burr's, and I did Mark, whatever his name is, good guy, and I've done Letterman. And
when did you do?
Please, Joey. You know what I mean? I got enough ADD here.
How is that going to? I was going to ask a question.
Can I just finish, Billy?
Okay.
Now you seem to be the listener in this group, but nothing. All of that is nothing compared to coming here on a Monday night in Wakefield behind a bank.
Can't beat it on this wonderful studio that we have.
But you know, you got to hold on to your dreams.
Absolutely.
This was my dream. Someday it'll be a Monday night. I'll be in Wakefield behind a bank. Jesus Christ.
Well, you made our dream here tonight by
Get out of here. Will you,
Absolutely.
Joey can sling it. Listen, I've worked with Joey forever. Forget about it. He's a fantastic singer.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Coming from
I got a question for you guys. Now, you're still working as a musician?
I do a little bit, yes.
Are you doing a cappella?
No, I don't do that anymore. No, I did it a long time ago.
What do you do now?
No, I just sing with a duet. I got a girl that I sing with. Yeah, she's awesome.
So you're just a vocalist?
I used to play drums in a band, and I used to have my own band.
And you're a vocalist, strictly a vocalist.
I was a drummer at one time.
All right, I want to tell you, I'm so fascinated with music, aren't you, Johnny?
I know you are. Yeah.
See, we find what you do really interesting, and then Billy. Hello, I'm here. Look at me.
I'm listening. I'm trying to be the technical.
Has everybody got ADD?
Every one of us.
Really?
ADHD, OCD.
Trying to keep you looking good.
We got the whole. We got the whole alphabet.
Yeah, sadly, I'm the guy that has to do all that.
I don't give an SHIT. I want you to pay attention. All right.
Paying attention. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So, it's very fascinating. The dynamics of a band. Like Charlie Watts, right? The drummer for the Stones. He said, Mick's the best front man. And then, these different just musicians, right? I shouldn't say just, but they talk about the vocalists. And they said, Springsteen's band said this, Steve Van Zandt, you need one guy who wants attention. The other guys can concentrate on music and everything, but one guy wants to be like the... And when you think about it, the big bands, the lead singer is like Mr. Flamboyant, right?
Right.
But it wasn't like that with the Beatles, though, Steve.
Beatles were a different kind of experience. That they're like in their own category.
I agree.
It's like the Beatles funny. And then everybody else.
Well, Billy's not a Beatle fan.
Oh, well. It's got to be one. Look at him. He's got stuck right there.
Can you imagine not
Go ahead, say it.
All right. Let me just sit. Where are you from, Billy? Where are you from?
Same stupid city that he's from, Revere.
Let me give you sort of the history of music, okay? So the Beatles, when they first came out, and I saw them, by the way, at Suffolk Downs.
Oh, did you go there?
Yeah. August of '66.
Yeah. So they came out. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
People said, "Oh, it's just a gimmick," right? It was the age of the solo artists, and what happened? people started listening to the music. So people like Leonard Bernstein, unlike yourself, think they're like the Beethoven of our time, because every album they did, they paved a new way for music to go. Like Sgt. Pepper, it was a first concept album. So, Billy, I don't know how to tell you this.
Was Rubber Soul? Do you think the first was Rubber Soul the first concept album? Johnny, you're a fan.
Yeah, well, you know something. The good thing about the Beatles, which they separated them from everybody else, whenever they went in the studio, and it was John Lennon. John, I want to sound different. I want to sound different. Now we had at Apple Studios, EMI, Jeffrey Emmerich. It was their job to make them sound different.
Right.
Whether they were muffling the drums.
Wasn't that George Martin?
George Martin was the producer, but the techs, they were the ones that they stuffed the.
Yeah, but see, now I'm going to go after him, Billy. Billy, are you taking a nap? Look at people. This is my pet peeve in this society, and meetings that I go to, and so the phone. This one. It's like he's 19 years old. Look at people. Make them feel heard.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm trying to look into a camera here.
You ignore the camera.
Ignore the camera.
The camera will
I'm
find
agreeing with
you.
Steve because
camera
he's
will
absolutely
find you.
correct.
Thank you, Joey.
I'm a knowledge seeker, and if you can't learn from this guy, who can you learn from?
Thank you. And you know what? I got some work for Joey because I got, all those guys over the years that stiffed us doing comedy.
Yeah.
All I'll do is I say, I got a new partner. My friend Joey's going to collect the money.
Nice. Okay, nice.
Very simple.
Isn't the language beautiful with collectors? Like, I'm just so fascinated with language. There was one guy, he said, he had a number of things he said, and he just looked at him, he's going, you don't want to limp, do you? You like that one? Oh, how do you like the way your knees look now? And only Italians could do that, But anyway, what this guy does is he gives everybody else credit, besides the people that create the music. He gives the George Martin, the text, all that. Paul McCartney, his melodies, why have they been covered thousands of times, Billy?
The song Yesterday is the most covered song in history.
That's right.
It's absolutely true.
Billy, would you mind singing for a moment?
Sure.
That's what this asshole does to me. I'm off stage. He says, oh, he wants me to walk around with exploding shoes like I'm Carrot Top. What a singer he is.
Well, every time I feel bad because every time we do a show, Steve wants to sing the song Fools Rush In.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of a freaking, what's his name? Ricky Martin, Ricky Nelson sings that.
Oh, yeah.
Fools rush in.
No, but it's not that.
No, it's not that
He gets
song.
he says
It's the Elvis song.
It's the Elvis song. Wise men, only fools rush. He think it's called.
It's not
He
that.
mixes
Can't
it up,
help- can't
and
help
I always
falling in
fuck up.
love.
We always get mixed up. I go, which song you talking about? Ricky Nelson?
No.
Can't help
I
falling
know.
in
I know
love.
now what I know what he means.
No.
He does that at the comedy shows. He has the whole crowd singing "Fools Rush In." Then he says, "All right, now the women, now the men."
Here's how I do it. I say, all right, you know what? We've had enough comedy. Let's get romantic. Let's sing a song by Elvis Presley. It's called Only Fools Rush In. And I'll give you the words. Wise men say. And they all go along. I say, now the men. Only fools rush. Now the women. I can't. And then I say, and now transgenders. Because I pick out some real old guy who's there, like from the Elks Club or something.
I love it.
And every time Steve's there, he says, "Can we sing a song?" I already sang it early before I
He
come
always
on.
sings it early.
And I want to watch him.
Forget
I
about
want to
it.
watch him perform. But he does a great Mick Jagger. Did you ever see Steve's Mick Jagger?
Of course, I've many times.
Oh, I know you have.
Yeah.
I've been holding out so long. I've been walking along, and I miss you. I'm really glad to be here in Wakefield.
Behind the bank.
Well, Wakefield, we played one time over in Chelsea.
Lynn.
Len.
No, but they played in Chelsea.
They
there,
did?
There was a football field over in Chelsea.
No, it was Len. It was Len. It was Len. It was
was,
Manning.
Manning Bowl.
Manning Bowl. And
Manning
Len.
Bowl,
I
1967.
think I've seen the Stones 20 times.
Have you?
Wow.
Do you think, Steve, that Jagger is one of the best? I think he is one of the best frontmen ever.
He's such, oh, absolutely. But it's so inspiring for people that have stayed in the arts to see a guy in his 80s doing that. But here's the thing, Johnny. You mentioned frontmen. Paul McCartney and I was a great frontman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, George was kind of more
Laid back. He was
reserved,
more laid back.
Are you all right? You
I'm
look
all
like
right.
You're ready to pass away.
No,
too.
no. I want to.
Doesn't he look pale?
All right. So,
That's awful, Steve.
I just came from the doctors. I swear to God, right? And I said to her, I'm not going to go into why I was there, but she looked at me like, and I'm not sure where. I think she was from India, but she said, "You look very pale." I said, "What? You're pale. You're very pale. You could be anemic. Your face, there's no red in your face." I said, "What? No what? No red, no cherry in your face. You look very pale. You look very white."
You look like you're gonna pass away. He says.
Yeah, you look.
he's so complimented.
Yeah.
Steve, I'll tell you what happened to me just last night because you just said that. I come out of the gym at 10 o'clock. I went
Wow,
to get.
look at this guy.
I went.
Huh?
Listen, I went to get a Chinese order. Peter Wu was on Broadway Revere.
Yeah.
Okay. The girl's been there forever. She was married to Peter. She said, "Joe, are you okay?" I go, "Why?" I felt like $1 million. She goes, "You look very white. You okay?" I drove home. I needed a fucking Xanax.
You know what?
She ruined my whole night. I was feeling
No,
great.
that's what this doctor said to me. He said, "You look very tired." I said, "What?" I said, "What? You look exhausted." I said, "I felt good before you said."
That's exactly what happened to me. I was running red lights. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, Jesus.
She fucked me up. She's
All right.
Go ahead.
This is good, though, because I want to ask you guys more questions.
We want to ask you questions.
I know, but it's my show, so just hey, listen. So this is interesting to me because I think at bottom, and I think Johnny, you at bottom, even though you're an entertainer and you've been doing it forever, I think at bottom I'm a fan. You feel that way?
Yes.
Yeah. So, movies are my thing. I'm passionate about movies. Now, I'm thinking of soundtracks. I want to know what soundtracks you guys like.
Oh, like movie soundtracks? Oh,
No, soundtracks to the fucking. You know, he's stoned out of his mind. All these dispensaries, that's the problem. They get what you're saying 5 minutes later. No, soundtracks to, lawnmower, movies.
Movies. Okay.
What about A Hard Day's Night?
No, but that's a musical. I'll give you a great example.
Okay.
Bronx Tale, the music in that.
Great.
Or Scorsese, the way he uses music. Now you're the musician, Billy.
He uses the Rolling Stones, doesn't he?
He uses everybody. He has certain,
A lot of stones.
but he uses a lot of like what you used to call bebop for gangster movies. Anyway, what movies can you think of you like the soundtrack?
I personally,
Goodfellas?
I love it.
Yeah, Goodfellas had a great soundtrack.
Bronx Tale.
I was going to
just
say
said.
Goodfellas, but that's okay. But
Yeah.
Goodfellas. I even like Titanic. That's a great soundtrack too.
Say that again.
Titanic.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
Was that a Celine Dion?
Wow,
The song
yeah.
that was her big song out of that.
They pretty much made her, didn't it?
No, she was already a star. She was
Really?
already.
There's a whole art to it. John Williams, from
Yeah,
Boston
yeah.
Pops, he did a
Star Wars.
a sequence. I want to finish the fucking sentence.
I can't get the Johnny looking like he's gonna pass away out of my mind.
At least you're stoned and you're quiet.
I'm watching.
So John Williams, he did a whole night, like a 7-minute thing of all the different soundtracks to movies, and you say, "Wow, I didn't realize there were so many great songs." Like he did The Godfather, and he said, "See if you can recognize them." All right, I'll do one. See if you can recognize it.
Not Jaws.
Jaws. Okay.
Jaws, absolutely.
How about this one? Dun 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 dun.
Oh,
Bridge on the River Kwai.
that's right.
How about this one? Dun 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 dun.
Bonanza.
No. That's not even a good guess. I was going to say it's a good guess. No, it's the Magnificent Seven.
Oh, that's what he had to make.
Yeah.
But it was close to being
That
Bonanza.
particular
Sweet soul music.
particular song though was done in a lot of different movies, not just not just the.
It's called Sweet Soul Music.
No.
Look at me, Billy.
Do you like good music? It's called
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah,
It's called
yeah.
Sweet Soul Music.
No, not. This is a Western style
The
song.
one we were just talking
I
about
know
though
what
is
you're
Sweet
talking
Soul Music. Dun, 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 dun,
No.
ba,
Jeez.
ba, da, 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 ba.
Steve, you know who had some great.
It's by an American composer, Copeland. It's about the West, and it
Right.
goes. But they also used it in the Marlboro commercial.
Right, I was just
Right.
gonna say Marlboro commercial.
Now here's a
Clint
movie.
Eastwood had some great soundtracks.
He did.
Yeah.
Hey, what about Disney?
Yeah.
What about Disney? Like Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah, all of those.
A whole new world.
When you wish upon a star. Clint Eastwood, yeah. I kind of like those soundtracks. Hey,
Billy.
I know your name, but I happen to have a master's in writing, so I studied
Really?
screenwriting.
Very good.
And so you'd have to study these movies. And there was a movie that they made, and it didn't work until they put the song in. And that movie was High Noon.
Great movie.
What was the song?
Do not forsake me, oh my darling. Do not forsake me, Billy boy. That's a little Irish thing.
Billy Boy.
Can we ask you some questions, Steve? Because you're the icon.
I'd rather not.
Okay, well,
I got something.
Go ahead.
All right, let me just say this. So 2 weeks ago,
I have questions though.
Go ahead. All right. Yeah,
All right.
we can ask.
All right,
Johnny
so-
first.
All right, so let me just say this. So 2 weeks ago,
Why isn't Billy looking at you?
Because Billy just put him on the camera.
he's put me on the camera.
He's
I'm
going
the
on
tech
You're
guy.
running the cameras?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
See,
that.
that's
Okay.
why
I
I
apologize.
that's
Okay.
all right.
So you're the producer and the.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I see. Okay.
Producer, director.
You're not even on camera?
Not right now. I'm not. I was a minute ago.
Steve, watch up there. You'll see everything's going on.
All right. So, anyways,
Now,
so
Peasy's
2
on.
weeks ago,
Yes.
I went down to New York City where Steve had his docu movie called The Townie.
Townie.
It was
Not
premiered.
the- Yes.
It was premiered at the New York City Comedy Film
Incredible.
Festival.
Yeah.
And it went to a
Congratulations.
standing ovation. I could not have been any prouder than this gentleman and what he did. I mean, he did different characters. I at least 20 different characters of all his friends and relatives. Brought them all to life.
All right, are you done? Listen. Have you ever gotten a standing ovation?
Maybe twice or three.
Have you gotten a standing ovation?
I got one Saturday afternoon at the
you?
American Legion.
It's a weird experience because you want to look at people, and you look at the people and you say, "Sit down. Why are you standing up? Don't you
they
feel
were
that way?"
acknowledging your great work.
No. But when they're standing, it's a weird experience. Chance Langton used to ask them to stand up. Do you remember?
Yes, yeah, at the
All
end.
right.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, did you start off as an actor or as a comedian first, Steve? What was your first thing?
First thing was my mother would give me a corn muffin, and then
I want to know questions where he started because I'm going to tell you why. I watch Joe Rogan all the time. I've seen Bill Burr. I'm not a fan of Bill Burr, but I've seen his podcast. And every single of one of these top nationally known, they mention Boston comedy. And Sweeney is the #1 guy every time.
I know, but you know what? Let me give you an example. Jimmy Kimmel, he was suspended for 4 days, right?
Yeah.
They interview me. Oh yeah, this that. What about me? They canceled me at the VFW for a fucking meat raffle. Huh? What about that?
But it's true. Every
I
single
don't
time.
really like talking about myself. To be
Well, we're
honest.
not really talking. We're talking about your feats, things that
Accomplishments.
You've done.
We
Your
don't want to talk about
accomplishments.
his feet. We just want to talk about.
Look
Yeah,
at
but-
Billy, huh? Look at Billy.
Yeah, but
Look
Steve,
at Billy coming in here. We think we got it, and then Billy comes in
Like
with
a
the
jet-
fucking feet
like a
joke.
jet fighter.
Mud on the fucking motherfucker. You know what I used to do?
What you do?
Back when I was a degenerate gambler 3 days ago. But I used to go down to Hanover Street in the North End, and everybody would have it was so strange. It wasn't strange really, but everybody would have a pick. You know what I mean? I like Houston today. Forget it. I like Philadelphia. And I'd go into one store. This guy, Benny, what a hot shit. I said, Benny, I lost my house. My sister's lives in her house on your picks. What do you got this week? I always grew up, I never realized Italians could be alcoholics. I knew you guys could have problems gambling, but I never knew you guys could be alkies. They used to call us Irish whiskey faces in Charlestown was all Irish.
Yeah.
The North End was all Italian. So this is from my show, actually. So they meet on the bridge, right?
North Washington Bridge.
Yeah. And so I was like 12. I wanted to be an actor, you know. I didn't know I wanted to be an actor, but I noticed, like, what I liked about Italians is, like, they use their hands and they're expressive.
Right.
Irish are fucking, you're lucky you get them to move their fucking eyes, you know, fucking over. So we're on the bridge lined up, right? And the kids, he's like a doctor before you go in for surgery. I'm going to take your fucking ear. I'm going to rip it off your fucking head. Then I'm going to stick that up your ass. And I'm just looking at him saying, look at this guy. He's beautiful. You know, here's what I got a question for you three. No, never mind, Billy. I'm done with Billy.
Can I tell a story about the North Washington Bridge?
Go ahead.
All right. So
I'm going to eat those. Never mind,
yeah, manja. So I was walking. We lived in Charlestown for about 3 or 4 months. Then we moved over to the West End. But we were in Charlestown, and my mother had promised me. I was about 5 years old. She goes, "I'm going to buy you a nice toy." You know, a little later on. It was a real rainy night. My mother didn't have a dime on her, and we're walking. It was about 9:30 at night, and as we're walking over the North Washington Bridge, my mother looks. There's a wallet. Okay, she picks up the wallet. Nothing else but 2 $20 bills in it. So my mother goes, "Oh my God!" It was like she had no money. She had promised me that she was going to buy me a toy. So we go to this drugstore right in Thompson Square. We go in. She buys me a beautiful Disney watch with Mickey. It was an authentic Disney watch with Mickey's arms telling the time. We get home, and I go, "Dad," my father Italian, my mother's all Irish. So I go, "Daddy, look at the watch. It's a Mickey Mouse watch." My father goes, "What's it is a thing over here, Mickey Mouse?" And she made me take it back to the store and buy a regular Timex. That Mickey Mouse watch today is worth about $10,000. I swear to God, it was an authentic Mickey.
Hey, listen, I got a story for you. Wow. Things worth money. I was a fanatic about the Beatles. I had, and of course my mother threw it out, the one on Rubber Soul where they're butchering.
You had that album?
It's like priceless now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, forget about it.
Wow.
Now, Steve, I have a couple of originals, Capitol originals. They worth any money?
I have an app on my phone. I can take a picture of it and I can tell you what
I don't have the cover, but I have Beatles 1, 2, and Rubber Soul.
Yeah.
3 originals, no cover.
Originals?
Yes. Bought in 1965 by my sister.
Revolver? No.
No, but it's Rubber Soul and 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Beatles first, Meet the Beatles.
Yeah.
Beatles second album, and then Rubber Soul, but no covers. Is that worth anything?
Could be. It all depends. What do you mean no covers? No covers on the album?
No, I don't know where they went.
Those covers mean the world.
But the album itself wouldn't.
Do you know that Ringo had the number one? It was 01 of the White Album, and he. Now, when they gave him number 1 when they made it,
right.
01, he put it out and it got like $2 million because it was number 1.
Recently?
It was about 2 or 3 years ago.
So you need the sleeve.
Why, does he need the money that much?
Yeah, I don't know why. I know, that's crazy, right? Like, he's worth about $350 million.
Is he worth that much?
Yeah, he is. Don't forget, he has more number 1 singles than all the other guys when they went their separate ways.
No way.
Kidding.
I'm telling you,
more than
look it up.
No way.
Look it up, my friend.
He has no song, You're 16, which he didn't write.
But they were number. He had What All I Got Is a
Photographs.
That was written by him and George.
All right, but
he had 7 number 1 singles.
You're telling he had more
as
than
a
Wings?
single. Listen, as a single artist.
Yes, more than Wings.
More than. Again, Wings is not a single artist.
Of course he is. He's Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney, John Lennon, George. They all put out their.
Maybe I'm amazed that wasn't a big song.
That was on the McCartney album. I'm talking about number 1 singles.
All right, Billy, can I ask you a question?
SWEENEY.
Out of the 18 people that are watching this show, how many do you think are interested in this conversation they're having?
When they get at each other, everybody starts laughing because they love when these two.
Who's everybody?
All 18
All
viewers.
18 people.
They love that.
No, I'm just saying, Johnny, that Paul McCartney and Wings he's a solo artist.
But I'm talking about singles, not albums. Singles.
Well, you're talking he could match his singles on the first album. He had on Band on the Run. He had 1 million hits.
What about Lennon? Imagine he's got more than John Lennon's.
Excuse me,
Imagine.
listen. You're not getting it. Do you know what a single is?
Yes.
A single, an LP.
And what was Band on the Run? Not a single?
No, Band, that's an album.
No, it wasn't. It was a single.
It was a single.
Stuck inside these four walls. That's not a single? What is it, a duo?
No, when they released the single.
How about Live and Let Die? Paul McCartney.
They were all singles, John. Those were all released as singles.
All I'm telling you is fact. Ringo Starr,
I don't believe it.
out of all 4 Beatles, when they broke up, has the most number one singles.
Billy.
I
That hit
find it
number
hard
one.
to believe.
One quick question. Why am I here?
Well, we want to talk to you about certain things, and you repel us.
I want to ask him questions, and he won't answer.
I repel him. I repel
Now he's
them.
an exorcist.
I repel them.
Were you a class clown in school?
No. Honestly, no. I was a quiet kid.
You were a really quiet
No,
kid?
I was.
Now, did some of your friends go, I can't believe you became a comedian.
Yeah.
You were so quiet in
They,
school.
they did. Yeah.
Steve, I'm all kidding aside. I want to know how you started. I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but do you realize
All right,
how
this-
many people admire you in the comedy field?
You know what? Let me tell you something. It's one thing to admire someone. How about sending me $500?
There you go.
Johnny, take care of it.
All right.
I've asked Dane Cook, Bill Burr, Joe Rogan, all these guys, and I said, I'll open for you. I mean, I don't have any pride.
The
You
funny
know what I
thing
mean?
about Steve is
And that none of them will let me open.
Because they
don't want to follow you.
That's why. It's
Because all 3 of them stink as stand-ups, as far as I'm concerned. They're not stink, but they're not my type of
All right,
comedy.
listen.
You're going to be Colin Quinn with Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
He's not impressive to
It's
me.
an honor to open for Colin.
Yeah,
Well, they made it to
he's
a certain-
great.
All right,
He's-
so here's what I want to talk about,
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
and I want to hear
Sorry, Al Pacino.
One of my idols of all time.
Yeah.
Al Pacino. You acted with him. Get off your phone.
I'm trying to Google something. Okay, just go
No,
on. Go
no,
ahead. I'm
I
listening.
refuse to.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does that every week, Steve.
Go ahead. Go
It's
ahead.
an addiction. So I'll tell you the story. He was at the music hall,
Yeah,
which is now the Wang Center.
Right.
Right. So
Wilbur Theater, actually.
no, the Wilbur's
No.
next door. That's the
He
small
was
one.
at the Wilbur Theater in '83.
He was there but he was
American
also
Buffalo.
at the Charles Playhouse. He did another play called Toro Wee. But anyway, this is the story, and it really isn't much of a story, but it's a story to me. So he does this sort of one-man show. He's up there, and a guy interviews him, and he shows movie clips and everything. And you don't realize how many great movies he did. Scent of a Woman. You never think of that. The Insider. You never think of that. Dog Day Afternoon.
Serpico.
Serpico, and then
Panic in Needle Park.
and Justice for All, So anyway, so he's up there, and of course the one all the generations know is Scarface, right? So he takes questions from the audience, and there's all like these actors there and asking them actor-y kind of questions. And this little boy goes up to the mic, 12 years old. He says, "Al, will you say hello to my little friend?"
Is that right?
Yeah, so Al takes off, and he just turns into the guy, and he says, "Say hello to my little friend." It was a beautiful
Yeah.
moment. Afterwards, so I got to go backstage. It was like 10 people and a woman in a wheelchair way over in the corner. So you get to meet Al Pacino. I got a picture I showed you.
Yeah.
And he went by all of us, went to the woman in the wheelchair, spent time with her. That's a class guy. That's a class guy. And then another thing about Al Pacino, which I admire, but the way things are in the country now, I don't know if anybody else would admire it. Denzel Washington is another one.
Oh, amazing.
I don't know his political opinions. You know what I mean?
Or
And
Pac-
I don't want to know.
Or Pacino's.
That's what he's saying.
That's who I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you meant
Denzel, he's got a great quote. Denzel Washington, he said, "If you read the papers, you're misinformed, and if you don't read them, you're uninformed."
Oh, I like that. Wow, that's great.
But he's another one. I worked with Denzel. So I was doing the movie. It's called The Equalizer, right? It's 4 a.m. There was a long pause between takes because it was a scene where he's throwing a guy and everything. So I'm there with him for like a half hour. And I swear to God, I'm talking to him, and I'm holding up my end of the conversation. The whole time I'm thinking, I'm talking to fucking Denzel Washington.
Right.
You know, I'm not thinking about what he's saying or anything, you know?
Right.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Well, that's how I get when I'm around you.
Oh, get out of here.
I'm talking to Steve Sweeney.
I don't see. He doesn't take a compliment at all.
Yeah.
I can see that. So,
But you know who I became very good friends with? Peter Falk. Remember Peter Falk?
love Columbo.
So let me tell you the story about Peter Falk. So doing a movie. It's called The Money Kings. It's out on one of the streaming services, but it was really called The Vig. I had a nice part too. Anyway, we just talk, and he's not Columbo. He's a very intelligent guy. It's just he happens to have one eye and that voice and everything. So I'm doing that movie during the week. And then on the weekends, I'm going to the freaking Kowloon and telling jokes to drunks, right? Blowing smoke on stage. The end of the whole experience, I'm wrapping my last day. Peter Falk says to me, you know, Sweeney, I've met a lot of people. I've met a lot of people in this business, but I got to say, you by far, are the most fucked up human being. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? So then a few months later, we were supposed to go to a Knicks game with him, you know. It's funny who you remember, but see, like I'm a theater person,
Right.
so I'm in awe of like great actors. So I did a movie with John Travolta called The Forger.
Yep.
So then I have a scene with Christopher Plummer, right? So do you know Christopher Plummer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sound of Music.
now see what he just said?
Yeah.
They said to me before, do not mention the fucking sound. He hates the fucking sound of music. Whatever you do,
Why?
don't mention the fucking, because he's done 30-something years of great work, and everybody only was listening. So I get on the set and I go, climb it.
Oh my God.
But you know what made me connect with him? Like it's tough to break the ice and everything. My character was called the pawnbroker. So Rod Steiger did a movie called The Pawnbroker.
That's
So
right.
I did Rod Steiger for him, you know, from On the Waterfront. You better take this gun, kid, because you're gonna need it. And he goes, oh, I know Rod. And then he starts talking to me about Rod. So
Played Al Capone, a movie called Al Capone of Rod Steiger.
yeah, what a great actor
Great
he
actor.
was. Yeah.
Great actor.
Did you ever see the movie Inherit the Wind with Spencer Tracy, Steve?
Do you know what's funny about? No, yes, I probably have, but Spencer Tracy. It's like musicians, right? When it seems effortless.
Right.
Spencer Tracy, Jimmy Cagney, Bogart, those guys. It doesn't seem like they're acting.
Exactly.
And he was just like flawless.
Flawless.
I mean, he was so believable, whatever he did.
That's amazing. When I watch a movie, even today, recent movies, and I'll go, you
He's
can tell he's
acting.
acting. And
He's
and
acting.
once you see that, it's like he's been exposed. It's
Yeah.
these actors. I mean, those old time actors, Stephen. It's amazing. You're just captivated.
Do you
by
think
their
it had something
performance.
to do with the black and white and our parents' era that had something to do with why we're so in awe of those guys? I think it's something to do with, because I don't think that Humphrey Bogart could compare to a De Niro in acting. That's just my opinion.
Oh, Humphrey Bogart, he was
But
idolized by everybody,
in
though. Joe.
comparisons to a De Niro or a Nicholson or a Pacino.
Let me tell you though, I think De Niro is a fantastic actor, but he's made some really bad movies, and I've actually seen, and I never thought I would see this. It's my opinion, he's had some bad performances.
it's all about
dirty grandpa and
yeah.
all that
I know.
stuff.
Even Meet the Faulkners was not one of my favorites of his. The Fockers. Meet the Fockers.
But if you see Bogey and like the Cane Mutiny, wasn't that the one who stole the
Yep, Cane
strawberries
Mutiny.
and everything?
Yep.
See, they worked out of a studio, and the studio wanted them to play that one-dimensional thing. But De Niro's great. I mean, there's no question.
But do you compare those guys that the black and white era to the guys of today, the Denzels, the De Niros, the Pacinos, Nicholsons? It's just a different era. There's more intensity today. They swear.
You know what? In some ways,
they curse where they didn't curse back then.
If you watch those old movies, though, those actors had to handle a lot more dialogue. It went boom, 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 boom. Actors today, there's sounds, there's retakes. Look at Casablanca with Bogart, right? Rick, you hate me, don't you, Rick? Rick, you hate me. If I thought about you, I suppose I would, right? Right?
Right.
I mean, it was more of a ensemble kind of thing. The same actors, Green Street, they were also in the Maltese Falcon,
What do you think?
Dustin Hoffman and Pepin.
Great actor.
I mean, what do you think of Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, he's great, but I thought in that movie, Steve McQueen was remarkable.
Yeah.
Papillon?
Yeah.
Now, do you think that Marlon Brando changed the whole thing with this method acting?
Yeah, he did. He did. No question he did. And they're in awe of him. But if you take, they're no longer young actors, but if you take like a, where's the text here for this big production? If you take like
that happened to Johnny the first time he sat there too.
If you take modern era actors, like who can handle like a Shakespeare or whatever, and like Kevin Kline maybe, Richard Dreyfuss, but who's a good actor? I hate to say this, Kevin Spacey.
Great actor.
No debate there.
Unfortunately, his private life killed him.
Steve, in all the movies you've done, was there anybody that you were in awe of, that you were in their presence? There has to be one. Just give me one.
Yeah, they, like I said, but it's very intense because people are working. And
who would have named
Denzel.
Yeah. Perfect.
But
I love him.
But when you work like I've done 4 movies with Peter and Bobby Fairley. It's a fun set.
Right.
It's a fun set, but the actor who really grabbed me on the movie I did, which is called The Greatest Beer Run Ever, and I've always thought the guy was great, was Russell Crowe.
Excellent.
Russell Crowe. And you hear, everything is like America's a big rumor mill. Russell Crowe is great. Nice guy, hot shit.
So Denzel is the guy you would say. Now, as far as comedians, who did you look at as
All right, there's another hero I worked with and got to know was George Carlin.
You did?
I did a HBO show with him. It was funny. I was doing a show called Jerry Williams. You remember Jerry Williams? 720, 40, 80. They're out there. Listen, you Nazi. So I did Kevin White on the. So anyway, George Carlin was being interviewed because he was doing a gig, and then he heard me and he liked me, and then we took he rented a car. We took it to Portland, Maine, and I kept his car out for 2 weeks. Lenny Clark said, "You still got Carlin's car?" I'm living it up. But here's the worst thing. So there's my hero, right? And I go up to his dressing room up, and I never even told this story. It was in Portland, Maine, right? We were all in the same car. Brilliant guy, curious mind, naming the constellations. And I go in the dressing room, and I'm cutting one fart after another. And he says, "Jesus Christ, get out of here."
No, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, my
George
God.
Carlin. It doesn't get bigger than Carlin. Do you know?
Well, do you ever hear the story Lenny told about Nicholson?
No.
So Lenny Clark's in a restaurant, and Jack Nicholson's in the same restaurant, and Jack Nicholson goes to the bathroom, and Mike and Lenny, he said to Lenny, this is your chance. Go down, just tell him like him and all that shit. So he goes down and he shakes hands with Jack Nicholson, and Jack says, "Oh, I'm just really glad to meet you." He says, "That's great. What the fuck you got on your hands?" Because he had spaghetti sauce on his hands. Yeah.
A true story?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So you get Carlin and Denzel as far as your heroes.
Carlin, and
acting.
I did a movie with Rodney called Back to School.
You were in that movie. That's right.
Rodney is he's up there in the Mount Rushmore as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
As a comedian, absolutely. Oh, incredible.
I mean,
Incredible.
his writing. Yeah.
Steve, what did you think of Rickles, Don Rickles?
You know, I get what he does. You know, I get him. It's not what inspired me. What inspired me was the character guys like Jonathan Winters, Lily Tomlin, Gilda Radner, Peter Sellers. You know.
Did you work with Robin Williams, Steve?
I didn't work with him. He came into Nick's one night. Remember?
Yeah.
To me, he was a warmed up Jonathan Winters.
That's why I reminded you when you said that.
That's my opinion.
That was his idol, Jonathan Winters.
But I mean, here I am in Wakefield and fucking. But on the other hand, Robin Williams fucking killed himself. You know, they interviewed me about Robin Williams. And they said, "What do you think?" Because there was another guy, another comedian that did that. It wasn't Freddie Prinze, but it was another guy, Jeff something. Anyway, he said, "Well, what do you think about Robin Williams killing himself?" And I said, I have no reaction because I can't, it's so far out of my realm, my context, you know? I don't know what to say when somebody kills themselves. It's just, it's
Stay
hard,
silent.
It's
Is
hard,
that good?
to,
Was
it's
that-
hard to figure out.
It was a New York comic who I absolutely loved. Phenomenal comic. He did a couple.
Oh, yeah, I forgot his
What's
name.
his name? And he went upstys and he was living
This
with
is
his
like
sister.
a nursing home, thinking of names,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
You sit here all day and think of fucking names.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I can't get that out of my mind. You look like you're going to pass away.
Shut up, you.
That's awful.
What did I say?
He said, you look like you're going to pass away.
Joey, let me tell you
That's the
something.
funniest
Let me tell you something. Billy, these two, forget about it. Women drop at their feet.
Yeah.
George Carlin said this. He said, the singers always go home with the women. Going home with the comedian is like going home with the monkey for the hurdy-gurdy, man. And I can remember that. I'd go out with a woman, and you know, sometimes a woman can be really beautiful, but she has a really bad Boston accent. And I remember this one time, like a half hour into the date or whatever, and she says, "When are you going to stop being funny? When are you going to be funny?"
First time I ever seen Steve Sweeney was
Yeah.
at the Ding Ho in 1983
Oh, Jesus.
with a friend of mine that worshipped you. He's passed on. He was a fireman. His name was Kirk Sumner. And he became a firefighter, and he got killed about 6 months after he got on the force.
Do you ever have any job besides being a singer?
No, I haven't in 33 years.
Wow, good for you.
Well,
I always say that. How about you?
Yeah, I manage this company that you're sitting in the office for.
That comedian, Richard something. His name was Richard something.
Rich Jenny.
Rich Jenny.
Rich Jenny.
Rich
I never
Jenny.
heard of him.
Oh, when I tell you, phenomenal comedian. This guy, he did a Jaws bit on the Tonight Show. If you ever go on YouTube, when he did his.
Not all of us are addicted to our phones.
I love it.
Anyways,
Steve, I love it because you took over for me for busting balls with him.
I'm trying to bring back conversation, reading. Like people say to me, "What do you think of Karen Reed?" I said, "I think everybody should read. I think reading."
That's as good as the feet joke.
That's one of- So I got something to tell you guys.
Oh.
This is from a therapist, and I want you to think about what I'm going to say. This is what she said. She said, everybody should sing once a day and dance once a week.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, very interesting.
Like, we all sing, but, you know, everybody thinks you should be professionals like these guys. But, like, you go to Ireland, everybody's walking down the street, they sing. You know, it makes you feel good, right?
Yeah, because they're all shit-faced.
Can we talk about your movie? Yeah, can we talk about what it's about? Give us
Townie.
the Townie.
The second movie I've produced.
Oh, you produced the Townie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. You never told us that, John. I don't
Well,
think.
I didn't get a chance to tell you, Joe.
Well, let's go now. You want to let him?
No.
Go ahead, Steve. I'm all ears. I want to know
All
about
right,
this.
So I did a one-man show. I started telling stories. I wasn't telling stories. I was just in conversations with my friend Colin Quinn. You know Colin?
Yes.
Brilliant. He's today's George Carlin. And he said, I'm telling you, that's a show. So that's how it developed. And then I took stuff from my act and I worked on it. And then the director, Ian Barrett, he said, let's turn it into a movie. So we had the one-man show, and then we go back to Charlestown, and we shoot Charlestown, and it's the way I grew up. And like, did you grow up in Revere?
I did.
So Revere, and John, you grew up in East Boston.
Right.
Revere, East Boston. They're absolutely nothing like the way you grew up.
Absolutely.
Nothing. You go on Revere Beach now at the high, and Charlestown. Like I'm almost talking about a way of life and a town that no longer exists.
Right.
You know,
You're
so,
right.
So that's what happened.
Said that for the whole country. In
Well,
reality.
you know that when neighborhoods become real estate, you know. Remember Southie used to be like, now it's like its own city.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so true. Revere's changed so much. I mean, just the down by the beach, Shirley Ave, by itself. When I first moved to Revere, it was all Jewish businesses, and then all of a sudden the refugee era came in with all the Cambodians.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing
Vietnamese.
about Shirley Ave. They used to have some hookers that were out of this world.
You know, here's something I do want to say. You know, and this is going to be a great feeling. Your scene and There's Something About Mary
Oh yeah, I
is
forgot
in
about
is
that
in the
movie.
movie Hall of Fame. That scene
Really?
is in the movie Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, think about
I
that.
see.
For a
I don't. I
second.
know Steve doesn't like to talk about himself, but I know me and Billy and Johnny for sure. We have an admiration for a person who's made the career you have and the level you've made it
thank
to.
you.
No, seriously, I'm not joking around. I want to hear more about the Townie and what's the concept.
Yeah, well, for those, we're probably down to 9 people watching this now. For those people that are just tuning in,
Okay.
I am not on my deathbed here. I don't think about the past. That's one good thing. You know who told me that?
Without the past, you don't have a future.
Oh, where's my pen? Listen, you know the
It's very deep.
Oh, my light went out.
people.
You're telling me.
People that keep talking about the past,
Where's my pen?
they're not. You know, who- Tommy Smothers. He was the Smothers Brothers.
Yeah.
They were in the Boston Comedy Festival, so I
Yeah.
spent some time with him. And he said, "This job that you and I have, and what you guys have, you can get better. You can keep getting better.
It's true. Yeah.
That's why the past is gone." Like Keith Richards, they said, "Why do you keep doing it?" He says, "Because I think I'm getting better. You know, at 80. You find something in life that'll help you to grow. Don't you agree?"
I totally agree because you do get better if you keep on writing. You're going to write something better and write.
Or
But
performing, finding a new way to perform.
but that's the whole idea about the past because you take a look at your past and you go, I could make it better. Get your pen. Get your pen out.
It's a philosophy. Kwai Chang Kang. What was that? What was the guy on
Look
Kwai
at
Kung Fu?
Joey's, he understands.
ask
Yeah,
you-
the most important show is the next show.
Can
I think so.
All right, Joe.
Yeah,
all
But
right,
you can get a little down if you screwed up on a previous show. It psychologically gets you.
Oh, you know what?
Let me
It's
ask
the
you-
worst thing. Please.
All right.
The worst thing is when you're like, you know, people say, you know, do the gig here, Aruba, Bermuda. You're not really there because you're thinking about the show. You know what I mean? And if you have a bad night, it stays in your head the whole next day.
No doubt about it.
And what it means is there's a bad side to it, but the positive side is you care about your work. Go ahead, speak.
All right. So when the Beatles did, I'm trying to make a point here, talking about getting better. So the Beatles do Sgt. Pepper,
Right.
and then the next one is Magical Mystery Tour, Big Bomb.
Was it a bomb?
I love that
Bomb.
album.
It
Hey
was a bomb.
Bulldog, yeah, it was
The song sucked, yeah.
No, that was a good song. Actually, it was a good
I
song.
love that piano. Yeah.
And then after that, the White Album. Now
Great.
I
I
like
love the
I
White
do I like, but a lot of times, but how do you top? And my point is, how do you top? Like if you made this phenomenal movie, then how do you top that movie, Steve?
Yeah, but you don't think that way. Everything is new. You got to keep it new.
That's absolutely.
Like, have you ever been with two women in bed?
A couple times.
That's exciting, isn't it, Joey?
I wouldn't have any idea.
Me neither. Are you married?
I was.
What's it like having two women in bed?
Oh, it's something. Steve, I'm only kidding. I never did. Please, come on.
Billy,
Yeah, I have.
what's it like?
And he dreams in color too.
It's interesting because you got two different mindsets of what this one likes this one doesn't like that. It's hard to keep.
How
them
do we go from
satisfied.
acting to two women in bed?
Only with Steve Sweeney that can
Steve's
happen.
got the creative mind of Steve Sweeney.
Billy,
Yes. 3. You did 3? Oh, me? Yeah. 3.
you've had three?
3. Well, over the. I won't even want to give you numbers. Is when I was in my heyday, when I was really busy all the time. It wasn't a night that I had the same person with me.
And that's coming from a man of the cloth.
Yeah, imagine that.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I was. That's why I became a man of the cloth.
See my skin? It's green with jealousy. It's always the singer.
Did you like Luther Vandross?
Oh,
Oh, I love Luther. This guy here,
Best.
the best Luther Vandross you'll ever hear.
let me ask you something, Billy.
Sure.
What was his big hit?
He had so many that were
Oh,
ridiculous.
just answer the question. You know,
His
you guys
biggest
are
hit-
like.
my
I mean, this
favorite-
isn't.
my favorite is House Is Not a Home.
What is it?
Yeah, the house is not a
House
home.
Is Not a Home. It's not even. It wasn't even an original song. Somebody was it the Carpenters that did that one first?
How about Teddy Pendergrass?
My favorite, The Love I Lost.
The love I love.
Yeah, Billy sounds just like that guy, Teddy Pendergrass.
All right, so there's a song. I think it's Teddy Pendergrass. It goes, "You got what I want."
Yeah.
You got. Is that Teddy?
Yeah, yeah.
How about Lou Rawls?
Oh yeah.
You'll never find.
No, the one I like.
Lady Love.
Here I am singing in front of singers. They say this is a big rich town. I live in the poorest part. But when you're born on a dead-end street in a city without a heart, all the guys I know been getting in trouble. It's about Chicago.
Yeah.
You know that song, Billy, from
I do know it. Yes.
Wow.
He's Lou Rawls is the one. If it wasn't for Lou Rawls, there would be no Barry White. Did you know that?
Really?
That's correct.
You know what Barry White said? This is really funny. Barry White said, "I'm so tired of people asking me for fucking advice for their love life." He said, "I don't know." He just has the song.
Just play my album. Leave me alone.
Steve,
Yeah.
who was some of the biggest singers you might have opened up for?
I never really opened for them, but I met them. Aerosmith, those guys are good friends of mine.
Yeah. There's another great frontman. He's
Steven.
in the top 5 greatest frontmen of all
Steven,
time.
I love him. He's one of my favorites.
I'll tell
As
you-
rock goes, he's
I'll
like
tell you, one of the most underrated, fantastic entertainers. He's a friend of mine, but I never see him. Peter Wolf.
Oh, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Jay Giles, forget it. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible frontman.
Yeah.
And you're right about that, Steve. He's underrated. Very underrated.
They were on the verge. They were opening for the Stones, and Peter kept up a friendship with Keith Richards, who performed on his solo album. But they were opening for the Stones. They were on their way to
Stardom.
real big things, and they broke up.
Well, they made it pretty big, though.
Who was he
Steve.
married to? Peter Wolf.
Faye Dunaway.
Faye Dunaway.
Peter Wolf?
Peter was married to Faye Dunaway.
He was married. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the guy, Rick Ocasek, was married to some other girl, and it was in the video. Rick
You know, it's
Ocasek.
funny, when you think about those old bands, the next time I do this show, I want the mic fixed. Okay.
I'll give you a lav mic so you don't have to worry about it.
You give me what?
A lav mic so it's attached to you.
What is that? Some kind of sexual? So, what was I going to say? I forgot. What I was talking about.
Well, he was talking. We were talking about Peter Wolf and
Right.
and then he mentioned from the Cars, Rick
Rico
Ocasek.
Kasich.
Oh yeah. So you know what I wanted to make as a point. So, the era of all those great Boston bands, you know, Aerosmith and Jay Giles and everything, and the Cars, but you don't ever remember the Cars performing. You know, they had a Newbury Street studio.
A ton of hits though in the '80s.
Well,
ton of
hits.
hits.
that's
Tour.
like that's like the
didn't tour.
group
They did-
Boston. I mean, they were a studio group.
Oh, they
weren't
were?
Yeah. I
Who?
mean,
The Cars?
Boston was
No,
a
they were
studio.
not.
Oh, they were
They-
one of the
they-
first arena groups.
Huge. Boston Garden. They sold out Boston Garden.
They were one of the first
Yes,
arena groups.
big
No,
time.
but when they recorded that Boston album, the guy he was an MIT graduate. The guy that's Tom, what was his name? Tom something, that started the
He
group
owns.
Boston.
Yeah, he owns
Yeah,
the band.
Tom.
Thumb.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah. Anyways, they made that album in his cellar because he was a technology expert, graduate from MIT.
Do you think anyone's actually actually watching or listening? To
Yeah, of course there is.
Absolutely.
Do you take calls?
I got comments.
Is the caller here?
Is there anybody out there?
Yeah, there is.
Is the
people-
caller
there are
here?
people
How many?
out-
3?
No, on the YouTube, it gets more coverage on the YouTube.
No,
actually.
you know what? It's this is like, not that I would know, but this is like doing coke in a room with 3 guys. Anyway,
All we need is a Dunkin' Donuts sign behind us.
yeah, there you go.
And now the other movie, Steve. What was the other movie now, Johnny? There was the Townie, and that was the other thing that I posted on the flyer.
Well, me, myself, and Irene.
Right.
Yeah.
Something about Mary.
No, when you went, there was something I posted. It was
The making of Rocky.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
that's what I wanted to talk about.
That movie, wow, this is an interesting movie. So the story is Sylvester Stallone was so poor that he actually sold his dog. And then when he got money, he
Bought the dog back.
bought the dog back. But he's in a bar and he's writing, and Chuck Webner's fighting Muhammad Ali, right? White guy.
Wepner.
And Webner ends up knocking down Muhammad
For
Ali.
the first time, right?
And he went the distance, and Sylvester Stallone said, "That's my movie." And he went home. He wrote it in 3 days. He brings it to the studio, and they love it. They love the script. They said, "Great, we'll give you $500,000, whatever."
You turned
He
it
said-
down.
He said, "But no, I got to play Rocky." He said, "Look, come on. You're not Paul Newman. You're not Burr, And then he says, "I'm sorry. Then you can't have it." Then they offer him like $750,000 something. No. Finally, they said, "Okay, you're Rocky. Go make the movie." And they almost wanted it to fail. So there was just all of these accidents. Like everybody lied, which is what you do in Hollywood. Like when I was living in L.A., somebody said, there's a Western. Do you ride a horse? I said, "Fucking ride a horse. I grew up with horses." I grew up in Charleston. I was afraid of horses. But you just... So Apollo Creed, the actor, he said, "Oh, yeah, I'm a fighter." And Stallone said he's a fighter. Both of them lied. And Talia Shire, who was Coppola's sister, she lied. And so this whole story, and then one of the part of the story that I really like is they said, and it was the first authentic boxing movie with the sounds and everything when
Yeah.
you first see it. He said, "I don't want it choreographed, I want it like this." And then they went back, he said, "We want money for a film score." And that's another one I forgot to mention.
That's a great one. Yeah.
And,
Bill Conti.
And they said, "It's a boxing movie, you don't need money." And then it won Best Picture. It was nominated for 11 Oscars, and including, fantastic music. I mean,
Original score.
"Make my life away, away, you're my dream," and the Rocky theme, and even the acapella even, So it's a great story. I play the bartender and Stallone comes in, and he's watching it, and I bet him money, and then so he leaves. This kid played Pacino in the movie about the making of The Godfather.
The Offer.
And Matt Dillon plays his father.
Oh, really?
And I think it's going to be really good.
When is it released, Steve?
It's released in November, which is the 50th anniversary of the movie Rocky. So the opening is going to be in Philadelphia. We shot it in Jersey City because, like we were saying about Rivera's Philly is not like it was then.
Right.
So we shot it in Jersey City. So it's going to be opening in Philadelphia and New York, and the opening is going to be great. And we're probably down to 5 people, but if there's but I think
Exactly.
But if there's a woman out there that wants an unbelievable date to
Wow.
go to the opening of
Did you hear this, ladies? Steve is out there right now
Marion
saying,
Manor Nursing Home, I'd like to go.
Well, just to let you know, from Florida, I just got a text. I mentioned the first couple of albums by Wings, then it turned into Paul McCartney and Wings. So that means he was just Paul McCartney and then Paul McCartney and Wings. And they did have an album called Band on the Run, which we already know.
Okay.
So he was a solo artist. You're wrong again, Johnny.
I'm right. When we're done, I'll prove to you how wrong you are.
That's coming from Florida. So we are getting some legs on this, Steve, just to let you know.
Hey, tell them what country we're really popular in. Billy. Seriously. We're popular. What country?
We're in Africa. It's the country. I forget.
Nigeria?
Nigeria.
We're big. I'm telling you, I have all kinds of
seriously.
viewers in Nigeria.
It's very true. I'm not kidding. It's true.
I could see them in Nigeria. This is Steve Sweeney.
Well, November, what is the release date on that?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
How did this happen?
I haven't a clue. We're on the World Wide Web. YouTube. We're on YouTube, Facebook.
And you have a fan in Nigeria?
A fan.
More than one.
Half the country
Yeah,
watches.
you know what's
actually,
funny?
It's about 40% of our viewership
You know what's Johnny?
is from Nigeria.
Sorry,
40% of the viewership is from Nigeria.
Yeah.
So virtually everything we've talked about, they got no idea.
Well, they speak English in Nigeria.
Yeah, but we're talking about movies and Charlestown and everything.
Yeah. So
All right, let's.
They must think it's entertaining.
Well,
They keep watching the stupid.
I'm going to throw out a challenge to all of our Nigerian
Listeners.
listeners and viewers. If you are watching right now or listening in freaking Nigeria, please, how do you do this?
They can comment.
They can comment.
They can comment on Facebook or YouTube.
Rumble, too. It's Rumble,
It's
too.
on Rumble as well, yeah.
Well, Nigeria is fine, but I got so many fans in Kenya.
Really?
Yeah, they like the marathon.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Well, November, what is the date now, November, of that release? 'Cause I'm looking forward to that movie.
Yeah, and it's going to be in theaters.
That's what I was going to ask you next. It's going to be in
Yeah,
theaters.
it's going to be in theaters.
If there's theaters still available
But
in
I
November.
want to see, do you have a website?
No, we're not. We never.
How do people know where to see us?
Social media. We have
social media. We just advertise the snot out of it.
Joey, where are you playing next?
I got a private party this weekend. Private party.
It's not private anymore. Where is it?
It's in Wakefield, where we are right now. Same town.
Me and Billy, we're going to do a nice private gig in Nigeria. Huh?
What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
I think we should do that.
And by the way, for you listeners and viewers out there, Steve Sweeney this Friday and Saturday will be at Giggles
I will.
Comedy Club with Artie Januario. And I was just there this past Saturday night with Steve, and it was did we have fun or did we have fun, Steve?
We always have fun.
Oh my God, we
I
have so
love
much
watching
fun
you two
together.
up there.
And I wanted to say hi from my niece, Andrea Batista.
Andrea, wonderful girl, married to my cousin Paul.
That's
Is she
right.
watching it all, Andrea, right now? Because she's on my Facebook.
Yeah.
If she is, hi, Andrea. Great
And
girl.
I wonder if there's this one little kid watching 1, 2, 3. Marco! That's my
Is he
grandson.
watching? His
Yeah.
grandson watches all the time.
All right, listen. It's not that I wouldn't love to spend the rest of my life here in Wakefield.
Steve, we owe you a thank you for coming
No,
tonight. We
believe-
absolutely
Thank you, Steve. This was
We
that was
know
great.
you-
Yeah,
Are we all out of corn muffins?
yeah.
Tell me one.
And you know who we got? Tell them we got next. Oh, yeah, you might even know who the guy is. Michael Dowd. We have coming in from New York next week. You want to plug that, Billy, for next week for
And
the?
also, you had Tony Dowd from Leave It to Beaver, right?
Hey, Tony Dowd. Yeah, absolutely.
Played Wally. This is a very nice show
Well,
you have.
Well, thank you very
And
much.
who have you had out of the comedy community?
Just you.
You're the first one.
Yeah, you're the first one.
Johnny got no juice in the comedy connections.
Well, Lenny said at some point he'll be on,
We had
But
D'Angelo
you don't-
on.
Paul,
Oh yeah, we had Paul D'Angelo on really
yeah,
very
Paul.
early on, way back
Yeah.
in October, I think
Yeah.
it was, right, Billy?
Yeah.
Anyway, but Steve, this was great.
Oh,
Thank you
no,
so much
thank
for coming
you.
tonight. This was a real pleasure.
Padre Filho Spirito Sancti, go in peace.
Bring it on, Billy.
Go in
Don't forget,
peace.
next week, Michael Dowd coming in from New York, and I'll be advertising on that with that show.
All right. Yes, next week, Michael Dowd from the
Thank you,
7-5
Steve.
will be our guest here on Straight Up Talk Boston. Make sure you tell your friends. It's going to be a good one. Hey, God bless you guys. We'll see you next time. We're out.
We didn't hear Johnny singing tonight. Those lessons are really worth.